to worry, YouTube. It's your boy, Coach TDOT. They subbed me out, but I'm back in the game, goods. I'm back with some more heat for y'all boys, man. So check it out, Chad. We're going to get right into it. We're going to be reacting to Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll never forget this humiliating performance by Michael Jordan. Wait, did Mike humiliate them? Or was Mike performance that damn terrible that he got humiliated? Like, what we talking about, G? Because me knowing Mike, folk, Mike did it to their ass, G. Y'all ain't telling me Mike had a bad game against Kobe and Shaq, folk. But we about to see right now, man. For all my new viewers, I don't fake none of my reactions. All my reactions are live, and we gonna watch this shit together. Man, let's get it going, G. Gonna get right into this shit, man. It's Mike.
It's February 8th, 1998.
Let's get it going.
Madison Square.
Hey, make sure y'all smash that like button right now. Like it. Like the video. Spam it. Spam.
Garden.
I love
the stage is set for one of the most iconic all-star games in NBA history. On one end, a 19-year-old Kobe Bryant, the youngest all-star ever, full of confidence, swagger, and something to prove.
Bro,
on the
Kobe,
other,
folks.
Michael Jordan, full of
hold
confidence.
On. Kobe, why is you bald as hell, folks? You only 19 years old, man. Gee, Cole, folks. Why you was trying to be like Mike already, nigga? What happened to the froski? I thought Cole had the fro, folks. This nigga bald as hell right here, man. Get your Mr. Clean looking ass on, man. That ass.
And something to prove. On the other, Michael Jordan.
R.I.P. though, man. R.I.P. Kobe, folks.
34 years old, playing in his final All-Star game as a Chicago Bull. The league's future and its present are about to share the court. Phil Jackson is not coaching. Scottie Pippen is out with injury. Jordan stands alone, surrounded by rivals and rising stars. The East is coached by Larry Bird, the West by George Karl. Over 18,000 fans pack the Garden, but it feels like all eyes are on two players. One beginning his journey, the other is nearing the end of an era. This isn't just a game, it's a generational collision. And by the time it's over, neither Kobe Bryant nor Shaquille O'Neal will forget what Michael Jordan did that night. The opening minutes at Madison Square Garden felt like the tip of a generational collision. Michael Jordan, the face of the league for over a decade, stepped onto the court surrounded by whispers. Whispers that this was his final All-Star appearance, that the new era was arriving, that the game was ready to move on. So what did the East do on the very first play? They ran it for him. Jordan came off a pin down, caught it clean, and immediately went to work. One dribble into the paint, a slick move to shake Kevin Garnett, then rose off one foot and faded away. The shot arced high and dropped soft through the net, a vintage MJ fadeaway. His first bucket of the night, statement made. But on the other end, Shaquille O'Neal had something to say. He backed down Dikembe Mutombo, turned, and calmly buried a turnaround jumper. Shaq wasn't known for his finesse, but this wasn't about comfort. This was about proving he could do anything Jordan could, even if it wasn't his style. The East came back with something familiar, a nearly identical set to Jordan's first play, this time run for Grant Hill. The result was a strong take to the rim and a soft roll-in. Hill was often compared to MJ, long, smooth, deadly in transition, and here he looked the part. Then came Penny Hardaway. After Gary Payton made the mistake of going under a screen, Penny rose and buried the open jumper. The West quickly responded. Payton jumped and spun mid-air, twisting his body in a full 360 before dropping off a perfect pass to a wide-open Kobe Bryant. The rookie calmly drilled his first All-Star jumper, his first All-Star bucket ever. 19 years old, lighting up the Garden. Garnett followed with a smooth mid-range jumper of his own. The young Wolves star was starting to look more comfortable, but Penny wasn't done. Payton went under the screen again, and Penny made him pay. Same move, same result. Wet. Shaq answered with another bully ball possession in the paint. He took his time, leaned in on Mutombo, and finished through contact once again. The West was pounding the inside. The East was running sets. Two different styles, same intensity. Then came the moment that cracked the game open. Shaq snagged a defensive board, looked up, and hit Kobe in stride. Bryant took off in transition, rose up, and threw down a 360 dunk in an All-Star game at 19. With Jordan on the court, it was fearless, wild, and absolutely electric. The Garden hadn't even settled down before the next play hit. This time, Kobe grabbed the rebound himself. He fired it ahead to Garnett, who caught it, flipped it back up, and Kobe flew.
Hey!
The building exploded, but Jordan was far from done. As Grant Hill missed a fast break layup, Jordan came crashing in. Elevating in traffic, he soared above everyone and threw down a violent putback dunk. The bench stood up. The crowd lost it. It was Jordan sending a message with force. Then, with Kobe now guarding him, the moment everyone came to see arrived. Jordan got the ball, faced up the rookie, and took him to work. A calm, calculated fadeaway over his left shoulder. Bucket. Nothing but net. The next time down, he did it again. Another isolation. Another fadeaway. This time, he drew the foul too. It was vintage Jordan, doing Wation. Another fadeaway. This time, he drew this time down, he did it again. Another isolation. Another fadeaway. This time, he drew the foul too. It was vintage Jordan, doing what he'd done for years. Controlling tempo, making it look easy, and reminding the future that the present still belonged to him. The first quarter ended not just with highlights, but with history unfolding in real time. Kobe brought the flash. Shaq brought the power. But Jordan, he brought the statement. As the second quarter began, the stars on the bench handed the spotlight to the reserves. But the energy in the Garden didn't dip for a second. Jason Kidd stepped in and wasted no time making an impact. He drove the lane, read the defense, and zipped a sharp pass to Mitch Richmond, who knocked down a wide-open jumper. The West was still clicking. Reggie Miller responded quickly for the East, curling off a pin down and hitting a classic Reggie mid-range jumper. It was the kind of off-ball movement that had made him deadly for over a decade. Then Kidd turned it up. On the break, down. Glenn, and then a third, back-to-back-to-back. West tried to. He caught the pass. Road crowd lifted again. Jordan checked back in. Two-handed slam that sent a message of its own. Then the crowd lifted again. Jordan checked back in. And right on cue, he rose for a smooth jumper and buried it. No hesitation. No rust. The rhythm was automatic, but he wasn't done. Later, with the clock ticking, the ball found MJ once again. Kobe squared up, ready for the challenge, but Jordan never rushed. He sized him up, took his time, and hit another fadeaway over the teenage phenom. That made 3 straight possessions where Jordan had scored directly over Kobe. It wasn't personal, it was basketball, and it was master versus apprentice. But Kobe had the last moment of the half. As the final seconds ticked down, he followed a missed shot, rose above everyone, and threw down a putback dunk with 1 second left on the clock. He let out a roar. It was an exclamation mark, a reminder that he wasn't going anywhere. The starters returned to the floor, and with them came the heat. Grant Hill got things going early for the East, knocking down a smooth jumper to open the quarter. Confident and in rhythm, he looked ready to lead. But Kevin Garnett was quick to answer. He caught it in stride and drained a jumper of his own on the very next possession. The West was not backing down. Garnett then delivered the first real spark of the half. He broke loose on the break, elevated, and hammered down a vicious windmill dunk that brought the Garden crowd to its feet. It wasn't just explosive, it was a warning. The East went back to Hill, and once again he delivered. He rose and hit another mid-range jumper, smooth and steady. He wasn't trying to steal the spotlight, he was just keeping the East rolling. Then the Lakers made their presence known. Kobe Bryant threw it to Shaquille O'Neal in the post, who caught it with one hand, spun off the defender, and rocked the rim with a signature power dunk. The building shook. It was classic Shaq, force, finesse, rim with a signal in the post, who caught it with one hand, spun off the defender, and rocked
easy spin. Like, come on, G. You're supposed to be able to slide
the rim with a signature power dunk. The building shook. It was classic Shaq, force, finesse, and zero hesitation. But once again, the attention shifted to the moment everyone was watching. Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant. MJ got the ball on the wing, sized up the rookie, and used his footwork to fake Kobe out of position. He rose for the jumper, and Shaq came flying in to swat it, but it was goaltending.
That shit out of here, man!
Smiling as he jot it, but it was too late.
Give me that
the
shit,
refs
Mike.
called goaltending. Jordan just
laughed,
laughed,
Mike. They got your back.
as he
You feel
jogged
me? It's
back.
goaltending.
Even when blocked, he was still scoring. Kobe wasn't about to let it slide. On the very next trip down, he pulled up from deep and drilled a 3 right in Jordan's face. No hesitation, no fear.
They ass was
just
losing
deep
like
and drilled
shit.
a 3
Look
right
at the score, man. Damn. Nigga, Mike them was belt. Busting that ass time. It's bust that ass time, nigga. Mike couldn't go sweet. He like these young bucks not beating us. I don't give no fuck about no big Shaq, Kobe. Nigga, we gonna do it to their ass.
Jordan's face. No hesitation. No fear. Just buckets. The battle was on. Moments later, Kobe put together one of the most confident plays of the night. He faked a behind-the-back pass on the drive, froze the defender, and finished at the rim with style. The swagger was undeniable. The next time down the floor, the defense dared him again. This time, it was Grant Hill who sagged back. So Kobe pulled up and buried another three. This one right over Hill. That made 2 threes and a highlight finish in a matter of minutes. The kid was cooking. Shaq followed it up with a clean right-handed hook after catching a feed from Karl Malone in the paint. It was the kind of high-low action the West had been waiting to get going. As the third quarter came to a close, the East still held the lead 101-91, but the West was gaining ground. Kobe was heating up. Shaq was controlling the paint. And somewhere across the court, Jordan tightened his laces just a little more. The fourth quarter began with the West looking to mount a comeback. David Robinson ran the floor like a guard, caught a clean pass in transition, and flushed down an easy dunk. It was the kind of effort that showed the West wasn't going to quit. Not yet. But then came a reminder. This was Michael Jordan's quarter. They made the mistake of leaving him open. And in the fourth, that kind of mistake doesn't go unpunished. Jordan stepped into the shot and drilled a 3 with perfect form. No hesitation, no smile, just business. The crowd erupted. Moments later, he began orchestrating. First, he drove the lane and drew in the defense, then kicked it out to Reggie Miller on the perimeter. Miller didn't even blink, letting it fly and draining the triple. Then Jordan did it again. Nearly identical play, same result. Another 3 from Reggie. Jordan was doing it all now. Scoring, passing, and controlling the tempo like a conductor. Then came the flash. Jordan caught the ball in transition, isolated against Jason Kidd, spun past him like it was 1991, and hung in the air for a gravity-defying layup that sent the building into a frenzy. MJ.
Man, y'all know y'all just seen that smack on the hand, man.
Spun past him like it was 1991.
I know I ain't tweaking. Look,
hung in the air for a gravity-defying layup.
That's a foul, man. Ref, that's a foul, bro. And this is Michael Jordan,
spun past him like it was 1991, and hung in the air for a gravity-defying layup.
Came down on his hand, man. Hey, refs, folks. We gonna have to see y'all niggas after the game, G. Cause there's no way, folks. Y'all ain't finna do this to Mike, folks. Mike, the greatest thing that happened to y'all league. Y'all the reason. He the reason y'all niggas getting paid right now. Cause y'all was having to call games and shit for Mike. Let Mike win, folks. Y'all know that was the scouting report before every game when y'all ref Mike. Make sure Mike wins, G. Make sure Mike end up with 30 to 40 points tonight. Y'all know it, folks. So at least y'all can do is get a nigga a foul call in the All-Star game, man. Damn, wake up.
That sent the building into a frenzy. It was vintage MJ. The hang time, the control, the finish. He attacked again shortly after, slicing through traffic, trying to recreate the magic. This time he missed, but Antoine Walker came flying. The East bench exploded as the lead
Damn! Oh, man, they just got on their ass, fuck. They just got on their ass, G. It's like whatever team Mike on for, they're winning, G. I'm putting my money on Mike. Whatever team Mike is on for, if he got some goons around him, G, and he ain't the only motherfucker out there like Wizards Mike, if he got a squad around him, G, Mike gonna win, G. 9 out of 10, folks. Damn near 9 out of 9, folks. Real shit.
Further. The West wasn't done though. Eddie Jones drove into the paint and hit the most acrobatic layup of the night, twisting through defenders midair and kissing it off the glass. Then Kobe got the ball and answered with a move of his own. He hit Jordan with a spin, exploded to the rim, and laid it in. One last highlight from the teenager who had fought hard all game. Nick Van Exel added a surprise of his own. At 6'1", not many expected him to rise, but he did just that, throwing down a dunk with authority and reminding the world that this game still had gas left in the tank. But the outcome was no longer in doubt. The East had taken over and never looked back. Final score, East 135, West 114. When the lights faded at Madison Square Garden, one thing was clear. Michael Jordan was still the king. He finished with 23 points, 6 rebounds, and the All-Star MVP in what would be his final appearance as a Bull. Kobe brought flash, Shaq brought power, but MJ brought mastery. It wasn't just a game, it was a message. The future was bright, but the present still belonged to number 23. And as Kobe watched from across the court, he saw it firsthand. Greatness wasn't fading. It was reminding everyone why it still owned the moment.
Alright, y'all, that's the end of the video, man. Alright. So look, you feel me? This video was like kind of weird, G, because like this nigga, like, it was supposed to just be about Mike and Kobe, like, and he talking about never forget this humiliating performance. Like, what? You trying to clickbait us, huh? That's what it is. Cause I'm so like, nigga, how did Mike have a humiliating performance? When did Kobe and Shaq have a humiliating? Niggas just be saying anything in these titles, man. Like, what's to you, man? Lying and shit. Like, that video, I get that video down there 5 out of 10, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that video. That wasn't really too much of a good video for me, but I'm going to still drop it for y'all, but, hey, if y'all got any suggestions on videos that we should watch, I know y'all love the Larry videos, but if y'all like any other players that y'all want to see me react to, drop them down below, folks. Drop them down below. We going crazy, G, for the rest of 2025. I told y'all I got y'all, man. All right? But look, that's the end of the video, chat. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's your boy, Coach TDOT, man. I'm up out of here. I love y'all.